I'm going on vacation in a couple days, so let me show you how I take some of my practice with me. First, let's pick out some crystals for flight anxiety and for safe travels. This is a dream sachet I've been using for a while, but I don't really have the need for it right now, so I'm going to be using this bag to store my crystals. And real quick, I'm going to cleanse this with my favorite protection and cleansing herbs. Okay, she has been cleansed, and so have I. Not many people know that blue tiger's eye even exists, but it's great for flight anxiety. And I gave my other piece to my mom, so I definitely need more. Angelite is also really good for flight anxiety, and I only have this really big piece. I'm trying to find something smaller. Okay, that's better. In the bag. Crossstone is my favorite warding crystal. It's also called Andalusite. You also want to keep in mind where you're going and the goal of your trip. Do you have a lot of excursions planned, or are you just relaxing? For me, I'm just relaxing. And if you're by the beach, I would strongly suggest bringing Larimar or Aquamarine. Grabbing some chrysoprase and some blue lace agate. Not only do these stones go great together, but they're great for emotional regulation and healing. And last, I think I'm gonna go with Danburite. It's also great for healing, and it's also mined where I'm from. Now let's pack a travel altar. I'm gonna cleanse this too. A few tea lights. I strongly suggest you add some incense matches because they're just great on the go. I don't have any, but I'm gonna try to find some tomorrow before I leave. Protective charm from my charm kit, and my zodiac and planetary dice. Should also have enough space for the incense if I fucking find it. Also randomly felt called to add some blue aragonite back to the crystal bag. And I'm gonna trust that. It's for emotional healing and hope. As well as a travel ward, which I will not be sharing because, bitch, I want to be protected. An oracle deck and a tarot deck that always calls me the fuck out. But that's about it. Okay, bye.
Every bitch can't be your son. Nikki, I didn't mean...
How could you say that to the Nicki Minette?
The glamour spells need to be dropped. I am more than happy to. However, I will be using this comment to fuel my addiction of starting yet another series. Welcome to Slayology, or Cuntcraft, where I teach you to serve on a spiritual level. So tip number 1, keep crystals in your makeup bag or your skincare drawer or your skincare corner or whatever you have going on. Put some in the shower if they're quartz-based, so any of these. Now that's definitely a very popular tip, but also add stones that aren't necessarily romance or love or attraction stones. Add crystals that you yourself connect with, or that represent the type of people you want to attract, or the type of energy you want to put out. So if you're a nature-loving person, very grounded, like a fucking Virgo or something, then put some moss agate and some malachite in there, slay. Next tip is also said a lot, but carve sigils or runes or symbols, literally just a heart, into your makeup, or apply like concealer in the shape of sigils before blending it out, obviously. If you like tea, sip on some tea or whatever cold beverage with these ingredients. They have some attraction and love properties. Everyone knows the tip of lip color and eye makeup correlating to color magic, which is of course a great idea, but also consider that you correlate it to your features. So for example, I have gray blue eyes, and the opposite color on the color wheel is like a rusty brown, so that's kind of what I go for. Listen to music that makes you feel hot, and if you're saying, Sand, there's nothing that makes me feel hot, don't have any confidence, shut the fuck up. If you can look me in my eyeballs and tell me none of these artists make you feel like the baddest bitch, get out. But I'm gonna get into my actual skincare routine and my makeup routine and all of that when I get back from vacation, because I'm just like way too busy with packing and planning and all of that crap. Usually I'm all about mundane before magic, but I guess this time it's magic before mundane, so sorry. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be posting a grimoire entries every day for the next 7 to 8 days, I don't remember. And it will be the tarot section, so I didn't want you guys to have to wait like a whole month for just like one whole type of divination that I had to break up anyway. Debunking witch talk, misinfo. Silence, wench. Also, what the fuck are you doing with your neck? And before you write a hate comment, that was me. Don't worry about it. This is debunking witch talk bullshit remastered. Let's talk about the K in magic. So, Aleister Crowley. He started the tradition of differentiating the magic we're talking about, spiritual magic, from like tabletop magic or like escape magic, like David Copperfield or Harry Houdini, and I can't think of any other ones. Penn and Teller, I don't know. Card trick magic versus reading cards magic. Does that make sense? And Crowley started the idea of differentiating the two with spelling differences. That being the spiritual magic having a K at the end, which admittedly is a good idea. However, Aleister Crowley was a character, to put it mildly. spoiled, arrogant little brat with a poor me attitude, but more importantly, a racist, child-graping, misogynistic pig. So that's why you see some practitioners spelling it with a K and some others not, and very adamant about not doing that, even though I definitely think it is a good idea to have some kind of difference between the two, or like a spelling difference or something. At the end of the day, it's your choice if you want to include the K or not, but I stopped because of the more I learned that Crowley did in his life. Like, as soon as you figure out you've, like, learned all of the messed up things he did, no, there's more.
One fisha, two fisha.
Are you serious?
You picked a hard one on purpose.
It's a Dr. Seuss book, you fucking dipshit! Oh.
Can I explain transmutation words? Absolutely, because I've noticed a lot of witch talkers don't want to explain it, or they put it behind a paywall, probably because they don't want to expose their own wards, which is valid. But if you remember a couple of months back when I had that hyperfixation on writing a shit ton of spells, yeah, most of them were wards, so a lot of them I'm not gonna end up using because I don't have the need for 60 wards, but you know. But I'm gonna link a video right here that talks about transmutation crystals, so if you want to look at those. But transmutation magic in general is essentially taking one type of intention and morphing it into another. So let's say, for example, someone was throwing hexes at me. My theoretical transmutation ward would take that energy from that baneful working and use it to fuel whatever I want. But I've seen a lot of people transmute negative energy into fueling their protection workings or their wards, which is what I was talking about, transmutation wards. You can channel that energy into essentially any intention or any part of your craft, but you want to keep in mind this energy is more likely to backfire or not cooperate, so you really want to make the intention clear that you're transmutating? I don't know, doing things to that energy, okay? I can't speak today. Like I said, I linked a video that talks about some transmutation crystals, and an example of what you can make into a ward is a plant, a jar, literally any object. A ward is just another type of protection, like a beefier protection. Like, it usually has a very specific intention behind it. I hope this made sense. Let me know.
Fuck no!
Aliens, like how we're all connected to the pyramids and how we used to use them.
So I know everyone and their mother has seen and responded and pointed out the obviously wrong aspects to that, but I would just like to point out that you could go back and screenshot that video and play a beautiful round of close practice I Spy. Like, in fact, let me show. Let's see, we've got not one but two dream catchers. That's one close practice, and we've got the locks. Yep. And I can't tell what bone is around their neck, but that's not a coyote bone, it's too small. I'm sure there's more that I missed, girl, but...
Mr. Vice President, Mr. Madison, Senator Burr, what is this?
Okay, the problem with your sink is that I have no idea how to fix it. I mean, look at this thing. It's riddled with pipes.
Go ahead. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Welcome back to Grimoire Entries, and today we're covering reading tea leaves, and there's a lot to cover today, so let me get right into it. It's yet another centuries-old practice that's shared across nearly every culture, so there's no way to definitively say who exactly did it first, but we know it originated in Asia, most likely China or India. Reading tea leaves is said to have been invented around the same time tea itself was, the earliest account being the Shang dynasty. Now keep in mind that's BC, and tea itself and tasseomancy wasn't brought to Europe until the 1600s AD. And again, before this practice was introduced to Europe, it was shared across many different cultures. A few of note is literally all of Asia, Romani, Greek, French, Slavic, and several Baltic cultures. They all had various different forms of rules for reading, and that makes this video a lot more difficult, so forgive me for generalizing. The idea is, after you've finished most of your tea or coffee, swirl the remaining liquid at the bottom of the cup and flip the cup upside down on the saucer. Some practitioners tap the teacup or do other little rituals, but it's not necessary. You can also get really fancy teacup and saucer sets specifically for reading tea leaves, like I'm showing on screen, which I don't have. You don't need these cups to read tea leaves, but they're definitely very helpful. Reading tea leaves is like a combination of wax reading, runes, and charms. Pay attention to the shapes and clumps of tea or coffee left over in the saucer and the cup. What do the shapes remind you of? What first pops into your head? And if you have the fancy teacup, zodiac signs and planets come into play because of the little symbols. But it doesn't have to be planetary or zodiac symbols. There are cups with all different sorts of things on them. But also remember, this is pretty much the most common way of reading, so if you disagree with me, that's completely fine. Next officially starts our tarot section, which is the last divination method I'm covering. So if you think I missed out on any forms of divination that are from open practices, let me know now so I have some time to research. But thanks for watching.
Stay in the box! No! Stay in the box! No! Get out of my skin!
Oh yeah, I love rowdy music. Who are you rocking out to? Let me guess. Biscuit?
No.
Okay. Korn?
No.
System?
No.
Rammstein?
No.
Slipknot?
No.
God damn, you gotta hand it to him, Deb. He knows a lot of bands.
It's too many bands.
Disturbed?
No.
Papa Roach?
No.
Manson?
No.
Marilyn, not Charles.
What?
Marilyn, not Charles.
No.
Okay, a little more obscure. Seven Dust?
No.
Deftones?
No.
Soulfly?
No.
Godsmack?
No.
Jesus, all right, just tell me what you're into. What do you listen to? Just tell me.
Post Malone?
Post Malone?
Yeah.
Ass real fat, I can make it fatter. Wanna see a magic trick? Here go a salad. You big fat ass bitch. You meat to meat. All you do is eat to eat. Arby's, we have the meat. Looking ass bitch.
Oh, nah, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Matter of fact, I'm blind in my left eye and 43% blind in my right eye. I don't see much of nothing. Matter of fact, I can't even see you, sir.
Use your brain! Use your brain! Use your brain! The thing in your head, use it!
Too much. We're destroying the world and killing the turtles.
The hell with the turtles!
No one insults the turtles.
This. Be nice. I'm finding it. It take you that long to find it? It does.
Good day, I'm Bob the Necromancer, and today we're doing an unboxing.